In this session, we will look at connected cars. What do we mean by connected cars? Is it simply the sensors that make a car a connected car? The answer is no. We already had sensors in car, but then the car was able to react to what was happening within the car. A connected car has the capacity to respond to changes that are happening outside the car, in the real world, in the cities. Whatever happens, the connected car responds to it. That is a key difference between a connected car and a car with sensors. For a car to behave like a connected car, it needs to connect to many things. First and foremost, the sensors within the car need to be connected with each other. They need to be talking to each other. The car needs to connect to the devices of the driver or the owner of the car so that there is communication between the driver and the car. The car needs to communicate to the cloud because whatever data the sensors are generating needs to be transmitted to the cloud. The car needs to connect to infrastructure, especially in the world of electric cars. There are going to be electric charging stations. The car needs to find out which of these electric stations is available for charging, at what rates. The manufacturing company will have a lot of service stations. The car needs to connect to such infrastructure as well. And finally, in the era of driverless cars, every car should have the capacity to talk to each other. That's what we mean by connected cars. It goes a lot beyond having sensors in the car. In the session on Introduction to IoT, we have already seen the different sensors that are fitted into the car and how the insurance industry has taken it in a very big way. The insurance company is using the sensors fitted in the car to make decisions on the claims in motor accidents. Not only that, they have gone a step forward and using the sensors to determine individual premiums that have to be paid by the drivers. Sensors in cars have changed the way the insurance, or rather the motor insurance industry, works. This is a big transformation. It is believed that by 2025, almost every car on this planet will be connected to the cloud, to some infrastructure, to each other, and so on. There will not be a single car which will not have some connectivity with the outside world. It is also believed that by 2035, 75% of the cars on this planet will be driverless. That is, the entire world is moving towards an era of driverless cars. Some of the features that will be very common in the connected car of the future is onboard diagnostic. Everything about the car will be transmitted to the cloud and will be available to the car manufacturer as well as the owner. The infotainment system will be highly personalized. Different drivers in a car will not need to tune in to their favorite songs or their favorite entertainment. The infotainment system will know and will play accordingly. The safety sensors installed on the car will ensure that there is very little chance of accidents taking place. Cameras will be fitted across the sides of the car to ensure that in the era of driverless cars, chances of accident are minimum. It will be a 360 degrees camera system installed in cars. And there will be seamless connectivity with mobile devices within the car ecosystem. This is the future of connected cars. We have seen that in the connected car ecosystem, the car will be connected to various elements. What are some of the use cases that will come up in this connected car ecosystem? There will be Wi-Fi on board. Every car will be connected to the cloud. Insurances will get aggregated. The car will give out the driving behavior. It will give out the health of a person. All the insurances related to the car and the persons can be aggregated through this connected car ecosystem. The car will be easier to locate. With all the navigation inside and outside, it will be very difficult to lose trace of your car. With so many sensors fitted into the car will be monitored continuously, every day, every moment. Valuing a vehicle will become a child's play. One snap and you will know what is the worth of your car. Since the car is connected to the entire ecosystem, your car manufacturer can send you deals not only related to the car but maybe on shopping. They know your behavior pattern and they will send you deals that are worth your attention. Cars will also tell the driving behavior, and hence it will be easier for insurance companies to determine individual premiums. Cars will be able to forecast breakdown, and when the breakdown happens, it will not be you who is calling for repairs and service. The car itself will demand service on breakdown and it will be attended to. By chance, if your car gets stolen, the systems in the car will know exactly where your car is. The connected car of the future, it will be very, very impossible to steal the car. If there is an accident that happens, and as we saw in one of the videos in Connected Healthcare, it will be the car that will know because of the impact sensors that an accident has taken place. And if the owner is terribly hurt, the car will make a call to the ambulance and the healthcare service providers. And with machine learning, the car will become a virtual mechanic. It will know how to fix small problems. It will find out what needs attention and make sure the attention is given. Without any external help or support, a lot of problems within the car will get solved. Some by the car itself and some because of the oversight of the cloud system. These are some of the use cases that will come into picture when we speak of the connected car ecosystem. During the introduction to IoT, I gave you a scenario as a food for thought. Imagine two cars, two driverless cars, approaching each other at 100 miles an hour. What do you think would be the outcome? I'm sure you have your own answers for that. Let me give you my perspective. If two cars are approaching each other, there are three scenarios that can take place. One is the cars will crash into each other. The second, the cars will brake and avoid an accident. The third, the cars will take a diversion and keep continuing after avoiding an accident. Let's look at the scenarios one by one. If the crash happens, it is not a desired outcome for driverless cars. It's going to be counterproductive. So that outcome is overruled. The second outcome is where the cars stop or brake. Decent outcome, the accident is avoided. But when one car brakes, all the cars behind will have to brake, resulting in a huge chaos and traffic jam. Again, this outcome is not a desirable outcome for driverless cars. So the desirable outcome is that the cars take a diversion and continue to move forward. In this case, there is neither an accident nor there is a chaos because of a traffic jam. However, imagine if two cars are coming at each other at a high speed and both of them diverge in the same direction. You will still meet with an accident. This again is not desirable. So whenever there is a diversion, one car needs to take the diversion and other needs to stay on the same route. This is the most ideal outcome of this scenario. For this to happen, the cars will need to talk to each other, and they can talk to each other with the oversight of the cloud system. Here I'm introducing a couple of concepts. You have the cloud computing, because the cloud infrastructure knows the position and the movement of each of the cars. And there is the edge computing, that is the computing that happens within the car. The cloud is talking to the cars are talking to the cloud and to each other. The communication happens and they decide who is going to stay en route and who is going to take the diversion. And when this happens, they end up going for the most optimal outcome in such a scenario. For this to happen, you will need very high bandwidths, 5G speeds. These connected cars, when implemented, when deployed, will need 5G speeds to make it happen in real world. With this, let us look at a video that shows us the future of connected cars. Enjoy the video.
Hello, I'm a connected car. I'm safe, clean, and secure. By using information and communications technology, I can talk to my driver, to fellow cars, to the roads, and to others. I'm a minority in the world of cars right now. Only about 8% of cars coming out of factories today are connected in some way. But soon that's all going to change. By 2020, about a quarter of all cars will be online. Most of the technology to get me to talk to other cars already exists, and it helps my driver get from his home to his office more efficiently every morning. I save time and money by guiding him to get from place to place faster, avoiding traffic jams and road hazards, as well as enabling him to work and stay informed on the go. I am more than just a car. With me, my driver is more connected to the rest of the world. I integrate with his mobile phone and other devices to keep him up to date with news, infotainment, and his daily schedule. My driver and passengers can even install apps on my onboard computer to adapt me to their needs. Like on a smartphone, these apps can be anything from maps and parking apps for my driver to email clients and games, or video services for my passengers. If I need to go in for a service, or I need any replacement parts to keep me going, I can alert my driver and even book the maintenance appointment at a local garage. My new connectivity technology is moving the boundaries of what it means to own a car. It also means there are still things to be worked out so that owners can make the best choices as to how to maintain me. Like a computer, I have many complex systems that need to be kept up to date to work properly, and I contain a lot of information about my driver that I'd like to keep safe. I also need to be treated with care so that I'm safe from interference with my systems. I wouldn't want anything going wrong while I'm on the move. I am part of a growing network of cars that can exchange information to help avoid accidents and improve traffic flow. The infrastructure I'll need to make the most of my connectivity talents isn't all built yet, but when it is, I'll also be able to talk to things like traffic lights and road signs to find out what's going on. I'll be able to advise my driver about trouble further down the road, as well as unseen traffic jams and speed limits. This will make all of us a lot safer on the road. My connectivity talents means I will be a lot cleaner, particularly in cities. Because I can find the most efficient route, I don't have to stop and start so much. And because I know all the best available parking spots, my driver will spend less time and energy looking for a place to leave me. Connected cars like me will open up a new world of possibilities that will make road transport safer, cleaner, and more secure. It's a future that's only a few years away.